Hello everyone. Today it's an extra video. I won't be interacting with you today. Just last lesson I felt like my explanation on picking was a bit weak and incomplete, so I will do an extra video today about picking exclusively. So we'll start a new project, and I will go back to a bit what I've done last lesson. I will spread some sprites on the layout and show you the basics of picking again, and then go through some things I didn't quite explain last time, and I feel I won't have time to explain them correctly in the two last lessons we have, the two last live session. So yeah, that's why there's this extra video. You noticed there's no chat here. I won't be interacting because this way I will go faster, and if you have any question you can post them on our subreddit here, and you can post them. Subreddit, my connection is a bit a mess. Okay, so you can post them on this subreddit. And I should be careful because I have a little banner. How did I remember. That's something like that. Okay. Missing nice settings. So yeah, if you want to ask any question about anything I said and I will be saying, it's here. So let's see. Okay, just to have it sized properly. Okay, so yeah, picking. So I will make this the same thing I did last time. Creating a sprite first. 32 by 32 or even tinier, 16 by 16. Black, no, yeah, black, and a second frame. Next lesson is about a part of the lesson is about animation, so you'll hopefully you will learn a bit more about animation and frame. For now, just see me using them. Okay, so I have my sprite. I will spread it out over the layout. To do that, it's every on start of layout. So I use sub-event, but I don't really need to. It's create and create a sprite. Random layout width, random layout height. So it's the same as doing that. And actually, I think just for the sake of being a bit nice and tidy, I will offset, since the origin of the sprite in the middle, to avoid having them cropped, just have to add 8 on the side and remove 8 here, which is the half of 16, which is the width and the height of our sprites. Okay, but I don't want to create only one sprite. Where is my... I don't want to create only... oh, yeah. So you notice there's two sprites. There's the one we already have here and the new one who is created. but I want, let's say, 200 sprites, randomly spread. 200 here, which will be 201 since I didn't destroy the previous one. So I have 200 sprites. Now, picking, as I said on the 2 other lessons, when you work with a condition, you enable this special feature of C2, which is picking. One example is if x is over, we have let's say x is over 320, which is half of the layout width. I will switch its frame to 1, which is the red frame 1. So let's see. Okay. X is over, oh yeah, equal, over, greater than, oh yeah, I pick all the sprites that are over 320. That's the basic of picking. But what I didn't tell you last time is that there's another way of comparing the x of an object. There's another way of comparing any property of an object. This other way is by going through the system compare two values. If I do sprite.x is greater than 320, basically in principle you are doing exactly the same. You compare sprite x with 320. But it won't work the same. Let me show you. I will disable this one. Here, nothing happened. It's if I do something like, and you will understand why I would do that, 220, I think everything will be red. I was right. So what happened here? It happens that this condition is the classical way of using condition in programming. It doesn't do picking. You're not picking with this condition. The flow of the program runs from here to here. When it reaches this fourth event, it will check for the value of sprite x. But what is this sprite x when you have 200 sprites? Which one is picked? Which one is chosen? And why could I safely say over 220 it will be red? Why? If you look a bit here, you can see I have 222, and I can safely say that if I do this, everything will be red. If I do 3, nothing will be red. Okay, so the answer of the question which sprite is considered is the first sprite. The sprite with the instance ID 0, and that's the default behavior of C2. To show you a bit more about that, if I destroy the first one, destroy, this won't work. There's an infime chance that this thing would work. The only chance would be that the first sprite created here would be at x 222. If I do something like greater than 320, I have 1/2 chance of getting the red, of getting my sprite to be red. Let's see. Yeah. Red, black, 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 black. It's okay. So that's what happens here. Since there's no picking, every sprite are picked. Okay, so that's the basic. Now I want to show you another way to do exactly that. Another way to do this, which will show you what happens underneath under the hood. The other way to achieve this kind of picking is to use a loop we didn't cover yet. We haven't covered yet. It's the for each loop. For each. It's another system condition close to repeat, so it's in the loop category. And if I do a for each sprite, and then for each of the sprite I check if it's over 320, I will disable this one. It will you will have the same behavior. Okay. So when you do this, you're actually doing this. When the picking works by going through all your instances and checking for each if the condition here is the same, is true. Sorry. If it's true, you will apply the action to the sprite. It doesn't really works exactly like this. I think under the hood there's a kind of list which is built from the condition, and then the action is applied to this list, which allow you to stack other condition to further filter this list. But you can consider that it works like that if it's easier for you to understand. So now I will give you some other examples where here using the for each is kind of useless, since you can do it like that. Now, what can we, in which case should have, in which case we must use the for each? We don't have other choice. There's some case we don't have other choice, mainly if you want to check distances. Let's see, I want all my sprites in a certain radius from my mouse to turn red. It can be a nice effect. So I will create first the radius parameter. It will be a global constant. Constant is a variable that can't be changed at runtime, so it's a good idea for parameters, for fixed parameters. I will call this radius. If you want the radius to change during runtime, you better not use a constant. It won't work. And let's say 200 radius, 200 pixels. You can even in pixel create a little comment to document your variables. So now I will show you a new expression you can use. I will still use the system compare to value, but here I will use a function. You can get any function you can use in C